episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our Supreme and Master Speakers Omeji Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Circuit Barrakiel, Alex Franco AV, Winebow Brood, Psyche, Asuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Nina Grimsdaughter, Nat Clay, Lily Black, Bob Cece, Mikta Rabentau, Sapa Chakwatol, Edwin, Arcadia Lunashine, Umbral Wind, Quick Levin, Pamela Isley, Camille Grino, Elenriel Maximus, Coderith Novelist, Mira Miri, Bay Barbale, Suno Chicano, Celestau Nutrell, Lazy Boy, A Bag of Dragonite, Luke Osborne, Pandaloo Storm Arrow, Tex, Kylin, AJ Brainswordson, Anathus Moonscar, Arthur Law, Beridan Derard, Psypup, Spencer Christmas, Noy Fafnir, Cheshire Saltiri, Celine DeLune, and Wubsta Wolf. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, Aorsians. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 311. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Wiston. They're frozen. They're all frozen.
Oh,
Georgi,
no.
and you're not
voting.
There we go.
Oh,
Fixed. Woo! Episode 310. I'm joined by Georgi Wiston, Melavander, Rollo Des. It is August 6th, 2022. It's kind of crazy now. The sum that we've reached the last month of summer.
Good. Fuck summer. Get seasonal depression, but for hotness.
Yeah, I have finally decided that winter is superior to summer. I'm done now. I'm done with summer.
I know you live somewhere cold, so
Yeah.
it's hard for you to come to that. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry, summer sucks everywhere.
You say that as the white balance gives you jaundice.
Stop! Don't. There's something wrong with my camera.
Your liver's failing.
My liver is. All right, you know what? Let me fix that live.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Yeah.
What are you doing?
If I don't set it on auto,
What have you done? You're like blue.
Mela, I'm setting the white balance live on air because of you.
No, you're not.
We could have just
the black balance.
if you hadn't said anything, Mela, people would just go, "Oh, he's got jaundice." Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
fine, you know.
No, it's not fine.
But you pulled attention
No.
to it.
We care about your health and your
Yeah.
jaundiceness.
Okay, this will have to do.
Okay,
This
that
is just how
looks-
it is.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh.
What if I just disappeared from the rest of the stream now? All right. Anyways, I forgot what I was talking about. Whatever. It's patch 6.2 time today. There's updates to the website, so we'll be talking about that. And Island Sanctuary, which is quite exciting. We'll also be talking about Moonfire Faire, which is coming up this week. And, of course, we'll be reading your Mogmail, speakersxiv.com/Mogmail. We did get quite a lot after I humbly requested more Mogmail last week, and you did deliver, so thank you. Stay tuned for the post-show. We'll be answering questions from the Syndicate. Make sure you catch that if you're watching live. And channel updates, of course, next week is Live Letter 72, which means we will be covering that live. And now, so what follows needs a little bit of an explanation for those that are not used to watching our regular streams. After the Live Letter, we will be doing a flight simulator stream, which was something, I don't even remember how it started. I don't know how we decided originally. This is a long story, but we were talking about doing like a simulator stream a long time ago, like for Flight Sim, when the new one came out. And the day came, I had a little hat with our little our little airline logo on it. We sat down, we were ready. It was like early.
I felt so bad because I came in there and I was like, "You guys doing the stream, right?"
And then
it's like, I don't think that's a feature.
We
I don't
log
think you can
in,
do that.
and we're like, oh no, there's no shared cockpit. So we had to cancel that stream, which was very sad. But that is now happening because there is a mod out there. So we are going to do a little flight sim. That is going to be the whole Friday stream, by the way. So fucking buckle up for that one. Literally.
Yeah.
So are
tickets
you-
will go on sale?
Yeah.
You
on the
asking
day.
people to download Flight Sim now because it's a big download if they feel like
joining. Dude, we're not going to allow anyone to fly
I thought-
with us, Rolla. Are
I
you
thought that
mad?
was the point. I thought that you were gonna have the the viewers in the back. Of
That's
the
our
plane.
dream, but
I don't think that can be
it
a
doesn't
thing.
allow us to do that.
Okay,
So
so
there.
I thought that's what you were doing. Then never mind.
No. Mela's going to be my co-pilot. That's the mod. So it allows
Okay.
a pilot and a co-pilot, and then the rest will just have to role play that they're in there because there is no way to do that right now.
Okay.
So there you go. That's on the 12th. Hope to see you there. If not for the flight sim, at least for the live letter. So yeah, we'll see you then. All right, and let's jump into recent events. Yes, and in recent events, we'll start off with some financial news. So
Number go up.
yeah, 14 continues its climb in sub numbers and money income, while the rest of Square Enix is having some problems. Let's just say there's essentially I believe this might be one of the first times where the MMO section part of their income has gone higher up than any of their others. They have the HD games, which is that's games, essentially PC games, console games, that has shrunk significantly over. It has a projection which is quite terrifying. If we look at there's a chart, but I'm not going to show it to you, but it's essentially going from 25.1, this is in billions of yen, with a projection of going all the way down to 12 by is it Q? Oh, it's too small on my screen.
It's the next fiscal year, quarter one, so it'll be April 23.
Yeah. But
So,
yeah, go on, Rolla.
sorry, this is for last fiscal year, you said, right?
The middle one is for the 22, is the current fiscal year. The
Yeah,
one on the
okay.
left is last fiscal year.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say, I don't think your recent releases have been faring well. I don't know if Chocobo GP falls under that, or Babylon's Fall,
Right.
or sadly Triangle Strategy,
Yeah.
which I just don't think sold very well,
Yeah.
or if at all.
These
Isn't
are
it?
yeah, go on.
Did it? I thought it was on a similar trajectory as Octopath Traveler.
Oh, I might have heard wrong then. Never
Yeah,
mind.
I don't know about that, but what's really interesting about these numbers is that so they have 3 categories. There's the HD games, MMO, and then games for smart devices / PC browser. You'd think that one would be quite, would be going up because that's what Square Enix really loves that part. A lot of game companies do nowadays, to be fair. But HD games and games for smart devices are both going down. It's a downward trend in both of those, except for MMO, which is going up, and that's almost we do say that's 14. It does also include 11 and Dragon Quest 10.
10.
So there's that.
11
as well.
really pulling its weight there.
That's
I think
right.
That's the real heavy.
That's right.
heavy
That's
hitter of
right.
the 30.
Yeah. It's interesting though because we have always talked about how MMOs are it's a difficult genre. It's not the most, it's not the easiest thing to sell. But here we are. Normal games and mobile games are going down.
We talked about it being a dying genre, but that's more so new entries in the MMO market. It's not necessarily that the old ones are failing.
No, that's true.
No.
But it is interesting.
I mean, the smart devices one is still doing quite well. That's the blue one, right?
Yeah.
So it's still big, and because they have the first soldier, people seem keen on that, and they just keep churning out loads of
rubbish.
Yeah.
And they do release a lot of games like the Pixel remasters also on, iOS and Android. So maybe that contributes somewhat as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how this has worked out. It's
love-
really HD games that are going.
I love all their mobile games that they release support for 6 to 12 months and then immediately drop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, that's the trouble, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why get invested if you know that's the future?
That's
wait,
yeah.
they did Power Wash Simulator? That's that?
They did. Yeah, it's very random.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Rollo, that's all 12 billion yen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they did add some explanation for each category. So for HD games, that said that sales did not reach the level of the previous year despite the release of multiple new titles. Probably because of the quality of the titles. MMO playing subscriber numbers for Final Fantasy 14, and that's where we know that it's us. Rose, what is it? YOY?
Year on year.
Year on year. Okay, so there you go.
It's only going up.
And games for smart devices / PC browser, new titles were unable to offset weak performances from existing titles. So,
This is interesting because this is projection for Q1, but we know that
there are some strong
Q3
titles coming.
will be a bump for HD games because they've got 16 then,
Yeah.
and they've probably got 7 Remake Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
forgot
when. What is that rubbish game with the cringe? Forspoken.
Oh,
Forspoken.
I don't know when
Forspoken.
that's coming out. I
Yeah.
don't think that. I
That
think it'll sell
one's-
well, but I don't think it'll be good.
No.
But they've got 2 big hits at the end of 2023.
Yeah. Yeah. There are some details that came out of this from an internal conference call concerning the financial report. The sale of Square Enix's Western studios, notably Crystal Dynamics and Eidos, was, quote, driven by concerns that the titles cannibalized sales of the rest of the group, unquote, with the company aiming to improve capital efficiency. That sale was merely phase 1, with a second phase intended to diversify studio capital structure. The rising cost of development means the publisher needs to be selective with resources, limiting expansion. This will largely impact European and American studios, with resources allocated to Japanese games. This also means Square Enix is looking to sell stakes in studios to improve capital efficiency, particularly notable with the likes of Sony and Tencent expanding. Yeah, so since the sale of Square Enix...
Very different studios.
Yeah, I'm glad...
Sony has no real insidious nature, I don't think, compared to Tencent.
Well, yeah. Well, Tencent's an interesting. It's interesting to even refer to Tencent as a studio. It's more of like an investing company.
Yeah.
So it's we've talked about how I think it was a good decision to get rid of the Western studios. I don't think they particularly were doing
I don't disagree, but when they're talking about things like improving their capital efficiency and stuff, and then they go on to start gimmick projects like their NFT branching and stuff, it's like, well, you clearly don't know how to spend your money wisely.
Right.
Focus on releasing some high quality games.
And the fact that they doubled down on the NFT thing after it had collapsed.
The tail end of
the
it.
bubble has burst. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, I wouldn't blame the Western studios necessarily. I just think that Square Enix is not the company to manage them.
Yeah,
like I don't know if you've heard about like the development of like a Human Revolution, like with with Deus Ex and Eidos Montreal, or I think it was just Eidos, whatever it's called. They were interfering so much with development and had these ridiculous goals, and it was such a massive headache. It is a miracle, in all honesty, that Deus Ex Human Revolution turned out as good and did as well as it did with how much was going on there.
Right. Yeah.
That was the good one, right?
Satisfyingly successful for Square Enix.
Mankind Divided was the second one. Human Revolution was the...
Yes, Human Revolution was a good one.
Anyways, so there you go. At least 14. So, it puts a lot of pressure on 16. But Yoshi P is on that team. He's had this pressure on him before. So I think,
but it
could be
shows.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, more incentive to release DQ10 to the West, by the way. It's doing good. I want to play a little DQ game.
I don't know.
What's going on.
Would you be satisfied with offline version? No.
I want the full
I like
one.
an MMO being an MMO.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
they've been doing a lot to like expand Dragon Quest's word of mouth in the West. I mean, Dragon Quest 10, not 10, sorry, Dragon Quest 11 has done very well
That's true.
Yes, it has.
globally.
Yeah.
One thing they could consider, perhaps, is remasters of some of the early Pixel Dragon Quest games, some of the ones that didn't really get out very far.
I
That
believe
could be
they've done
something.
some Western releases of some of the
Yeah.
earlier ones, but I'm sure that they're going to want to focus on doing that for all of them eventually.
Yeah, it'd be lovely to see.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that's the state of Square Enix's economy. It's a little, I will say, it's a little worrying. I hope 16 brings things back up for Square Enix. Also,
Make number
regarding
go
that
up for everybody.
yeah, get your shit together, Square Enix.
Regarding that last paragraph, what do you think of the idea of Sony purchasing of Sony purchasing Square Enix?
It wouldn't worry me too much because I feel like Square Enix and Sony have kind of been quite close throughout history anyway. It's always on PlayStation, like only Final Fantasy games and other Square Enix RPGs, and other than like PC, and especially recently. I think that would be okay. I think I could live with that.
I think, unfortunately, with the way things are going now, if it's not going to be Sony, it's going to be someone.
Yeah, and I'm worried about like the wrong company buying Square Enix.
Yeah, like
Well,
you're seeing
I don't
big
want Tencent.
studios getting bought out. Like,
Yeah.
remember the Bethesda purchase by Microsoft? Like, that's
Yes.
crazy. Bethesda's huge.
Yeah.
Like, I can see Microsoft doing the same thing for Square Enix.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
just throw them in there.
Microsoft would be weird
I
because of the
think-
Xbox stuff.
Yeah.
I think of the three console owners, Microsoft is the least likely to purchase out Square Enix. I think Square Enix would considering how they treat Western studios, I think they would rather seek a ownership by a Japanese company to begin with.
And Square Enix already
Money
has
talks, though.
Well, Square Enix already has very close ties to Sony. It would be easier to just integrate Square Enix into Sony. I don't know. It'd be hard if like Nintendo bought Square Enix because
I don't think that.
yeah, I don't think that would work. But who knows? Like, what would happen if Nintendo bought Square Enix? Like, they would now own like a PC MMO that runs on a Sony console. Like, it's a little awkward, isn't
It's
it?
messy.
Yeah.
I don't think Nintendo can own Square Enix. At most, they could have joint ownership, but I don't think they could fully invest in purchasing it outright. I think that would be questionable. I do think Nintendo does have a very strong relationship with Square Enix. I just don't think they're the company to like completely direct its output.
Right.
I also don't think. I think it would be weird for Microsoft to own them because then they'd have both big sub MMOs because of the Activision buyout.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think they'd want that if they could.
Well, I would rather if anyone's going to buy Square Enix, I would rather it be Sony over quite a lot of companies because Sony's really picked up the game with like games and consumer friendly and being pretty good on all that recently. So
Sony is really the only natural one for me. I feel like that would buy them, but I hope they can survive without.
Yeah.
But
I'd rather not
be
everyone
independent
be
as well.
owned by big studios only. I think that's a bad thing in general.
Yeah. Okay, well, there you go. Moving on now. There was a DDoS attack on the 2nd of August. If you were on the North American data centers, you would have had some trouble logging in. This was just a straight up DDoS attack. It's been a while since we've had like such a targeted attack. This was apparently a pretty long one and pretty severe one. It was later fixed, obviously. It was on August 2nd. Would be crazy if we were still struggling to log in. But there you go. If you were wondering why you couldn't log in on August 2nd, it was not you. It was the servers being attacked. I don't know why they did that. Was something special happen on August 2nd that would have caused this? Or was this just a random attack?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what happened. Anyways, there you go. That's the update on that. Moving on. Moonfire Faire.
Yeah, explode your
Work in
cat boy
itself
today.
This artwork is very interesting for a Moonfire Faire.
Not even a
This is like the-
single bob.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Mailer. Is this like the first time where the bobs aren't like front and center for a Moonfire Faire
Oh
poster?
yeah, true.
Remember the year when it was like just an actual just ass?
Yes. Well, yeah, that was another year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No, now it's just blowing up Catboys. That's
Yeah.
all it's about.
Which is so much better. Catboys should all be blown up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Okay.
what I mean, I'm noticing the fucking
You see
tower,
the tower?
on the right.
Yeah, I
Yes.
can't wait to
Yeah.
try that again.
Ugh,
Mhm.
God,
Yeah,
I
I,
reach
don't
the
know. I'm
top
so
one day.
curious as to how that will work. Like, what happens if you fly at it? Will you just be like
Didn't
even
they
no matter
have
how
like
high?
The no
Sure.
flying zone.
yeah,
yeah,
they'll
they had like
probably
a
have.
no flying zone around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They'll
they
probably
Well,
was
no,
that
because
for-
it's never existed once
I
once
thought
flying
it had.
existed. In...
No, but I'm.
No,
Well, no.
it hasn't.
They probably
It's-
will though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you know how when you go to the ship that takes you to Ultima Thule, like
No,
you
I
fly
know
into
exactly
it.
what you were thinking.
Mhm.
I was thinking of Thormazine as well. The issue is that like you'll be able to approach this from a much higher angle. So the idea of just like people flying at it and then just like dropping will be very amusing, like
Yeah.
flies
Yeah.
hitting a bug
That'll be
zapper.
fun.
Yeah.
This is the guy from Moshe's who kind of wants to be an adventurer, and that's his little sister on the bottom left, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm not sure I recognize many of the other people. I think the people at the back, are they some of the organizers
Are
that
the
are there
one-
for some years?
The one on the two on the left, back left are organizers. I don't
Yeah.
recognize the here
The
with
Slowy one.
hair.
Yeah, the Slowy hair. I don't. No, Slowy.
No,
Mon-
no,
Monago.
Monago.
Yeah.
Monago hair.
Yeah.
No, I don't recognize that one.
No,
No,
I don't
And
recognize
then
the
Chloe
two-
and the
the two Girl
like
Scouts
Echo
at
and the
the on the right either. I don't. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that Chloe?
is it?
Chloe's the one on the right. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Oh,
be nice. That's nice. I suppose
Okay.
you only see her in a normal outfit.
Yeah. Anyways, the Moonfire Faire, Mayaru is perched in his usual spot in the aft castle. This is picked up in Limsa, as I think most of Moonfire Faire, if not all.
Yeah, because it's in.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Citadel's Hall.
it's usually in.
I
Yeah,
think Moonfire Faire is like one of the only seasonal events that has never moved.
right.
Mhm.
It's always been in Limsa, quivering with excitement to tell you about this year's festivities. So the. I feel like I've seen this outfit before. I can't quite remember where, but
Isn't
the,
it's a bit of a craftable, isn't it?
mm,
I think I was driving in Texas last time I saw it. maybe. That's
yeah,
where I
yeah. I
saw it.
feel like I saw lots of text. Don't quite know what it was. Anyways, yeah, no. But also the outfit looks. It also looks like something that's already
It's just
in the
a
game.
craftable gear. I'm sure it is.
No,
well,
doesn't
it has
exist, but it looks
jewelry.
very similar.
It has a
It
necklace.
was there was the blue one a few years ago. Looked very similar to this.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it also comes with a bonfire, which is cool.
I do
That's
quite like how
nice.
large the bonfire is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are going to be roasting popotos on there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be good.
Yeah, so that's cool. It's an
Mm.
outdoor housing item, obviously. It'd be weird to have that indoors.
It's a full
Once again,
5-piece.
Yeah.
It is a full 5-piece outfit. Once again, there's a
yes.
significant difference between the outfit for women and men.
Yes. Yes.
And the bottom half, yeah.
But
Mhm.
again, it is the
It's
same
shorts for
outfit, so it
men
just changes
And,
based on your.
like
Yeah, it is the same
bikini briefs
outfit.
for women.
And I feel like, well, they claim that that is for convenience. I am pretty sure that the actual, or like one of the, whether purposeful or not, one of the benefits of them making one outfit is that they can't necessarily experience complaints saying, "Can you make the female version or the male version available for the opposite gender?" Because they're like, one piece of gear, we can't
Yeah.
undo it.
Yeah.
So insidious. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you
Because
go.
I've seen quite a few, at least, people playing women characters that want the shorts. I haven't necessarily seen as many people playing men that want the bikini briefs.
Right.
You're in the wrong
Right.
communities then.
Right. Well,
Well, there was the wasn't the first Moonfire Faire outfit just like tiny little pants for everyone anyway?
Yes, it was.
yeah.
So
We haven't really had any Moonfire Faire like outfits for men that have been as slooty as they were the first year.
no, like
Oh, God.
speedos since
That
then.
eye.
True.
Ooh, that's a sight to behold still.
But didn't it have like a weird leg like strapping, if I remember right.
Yeah, most of them have weird
Oh,
leg
yeah.
straps. That is
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I think it like in my mind, I guess it was like holding your junk to the side of your leg.
Yeah.
That's what I kept thinking when I saw it, like just slapping a
with
banana on
power.
your face.
I've always thought the upper body parts for men to be very like. I always feel like they don't know what to do because like they're always like obviously we have to give an upper body like gear piece for men, but like what? Like, you don't just make a shirtless at the beach.
Yeah,
Like
the
I feel
upper-
like they don't know what to do, so they always just give them like this open shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shirts with some straps, maybe, or little bracelets. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, there you go. That's on. Starts on. I forgot to put the date in. But it is next. It's on
It
Tuesday.
starts on August 10th. Is when this.
Yeah. So on.
Mhm.
Oh, on the 10th is that.
It's a Wednesday.
That's a Wednesday. That's interesting.
Oh.
I
Um,
mean,
And
they
it will
need to
end
time
on-
it in relation to the Rising, so that's
Yeah.
why
Oh,
it starts on a weird
that's
day.
right.
Ends
that's
on the
right.
26th,
Yeah.
and
26th.
the Rising will start before then, as it usually does. There's the crossover period.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Well, there it
Yeah.
is. That's
Low expectations for the story as usual. It might be okay.
Yeah, because it's Moonfire Faire. It's
It's always
usually-
okay.
Yeah, it's all right. Oh, wait, hold on. This. Oh, it's in out of order. It's out of order.
okay.
So,
Good.
anyways, we'll have to do some Mogmail now. So let's jump into it. This is from Mirabelle Green from Sargatanus. Howdy y'all, this is my tune again. Just
Oh.
actually using my character's name this time, like I'm supposed to. I loved listening to you guys' response to my last letter, so thank you all so much for the laughs and everything. There's something I'm mildly curious about that you might have greater insight to than I, so here goes. How long do you think the 7th Umbral Calamity raged for? The end of an era cutscene makes it seem like it lasted a minute or two, but considering the canonical distances involved, as well as the Cartano Echo flashback seeming to imply a longer span of time, I was wondering just how long Bahamut was sipping around blowing things up. Was it a few days, hours? I don't suppose it really matters in the end, but it's interesting to think about. Toodles. Well, first of all, there is an explanation for how long it's been since the calamity, but I'm not sure that's what you're asking. You're asking like how long the actual destruction lasted for, because the recovery period was 5 years, like 5 years from
Yes.
the end of from the calamity to where the game starts.
The actual destruction was relatively short, wasn't it? Because Louis Soir pierced through his heart.
Well, there were a couple of things that happened as a result of what the instability that the calamity caused. Like, for instance, the Sahagin invasion of Halfstone, which happened around the same time, I believe, because of all the shit that was going down.
Mhm.
The chaos. Yeah, because it was flooded.
Yeah, it was flooded, and
Yeah.
that's when they took over. There was like a whole standoff at Halfstone. There's a memorial plaque somewhere near Halfstone about a dude that was like fighting Sahagins while they evacuated people off.
Yeah, there's also the etheric instability in
Oh yeah,
Kurthus that's
Kurthus.
resulted in its endless winter.
Yes, that's
And
right.
that was something that they suffered from for months getting used to. I mean, that's how they lost Dusk Vigil.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was quite dramatic, and probably took like a couple of years for it to like fully like finish.
Yeah.
I would say like so canonically it is never fully explained how long the destruction lasted for. We know that
It wouldn't have been
Bahamut was
any-
relatively brief in
Yeah.
all of
It
it.
wouldn't be any longer than like
Few
an
hours.
hour or so for
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
few hours,
Bahamut,
no longer
yeah.
than like 12 hours for Bahamut.
That
Yeah.
Bearing in
Probably much
mind
less than that.
yeah.
that the East saw none of this, he can't have got that far.
There's this awkward thing with the East that we kind of just have to sort of ignore a little when we talk about the calamity, because the East wasn't really a thing in in the lore, sort of, so to speak.
It
in
wasn't.
1.0.
But when they
wasn't,
decided
but
to
we-
bring it in, they didn't include it and explicitly
Well,
said we didn't see anything.
And we knew there were two other continents. Like
Yeah.
Ilsabad
Yeah.
is where Garlemald was. We know explicitly.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
at least acknowledged that was somewhere relevant.
Yeah, it is. That part is a little weird, so we're just gonna have to like ignore that part. But the rest, for all intents and purposes, Eorzea was the center of the world at that point.
It still is.
Yeah, but the thing
It's
is,
the ethereal center of the world.
it's
still.
true.
Yeah.
It's
Where
true.
the closest point is to the sea,
Yeah.
hidden under Silvertear Lake. Something stirs.
There is another. There is
Also Dravania.
yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
There is
that's
another
true.
problem with this in the canon that I don't, or in the lore that I don't fully, that we've talked about before, which makes this even more complicated. So, say the Calamity, which then includes all of the ethereal imbalance issues that followed, like, didn't also Gridania, like, didn't the elementals lose their minds and shit?
It weakened the element. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, they temporarily lost their minds, but then also as a result they're weakened, and that's how
Yeah.
we discovered a bunch more
So
Amdaporian ruins.
Eorzea got essentially like crippled, like it was pretty bad for a while, right? So let's
Well,
say it
yeah.
lasted for 2 years of like disruption all over the realm, right? And then they had 3 years to rebuild. Now we're talking
I would
3
say it would
years
have
of,
been I don't want to put any more than a year on the disruption.
okay, let's say a
Because
year.
I feel like 3 years is like I know 4 years isn't that much longer, but
No.
3 years feels like a short time to
but
rebuild.
4 years is also it's not a lot of time to like reconstruct the way they did.
Well, the towns have been reconstructed, and some of the settlements along the way are built up. But I feel like you could build some of those like little hamlets up quite quick. But I
That's
mean,
true.
outside of them, it's just shards of. Like,
Yeah, that's
Dalamud
another
just
thing.
stuck in the ground.
Even
And
though-
they're not cleaned up.
Even though
anything.
Dalamud himself, Bahamut himself just did damage for like let's say a couple of hours of some horrible destruction, the shit that he threw all over the world caused so much damage. Like
Mhm.
West Shroud completely annihilated.
not
and-
damage, correction. All of those 1.0 zones got so much more improved.
Yeah. Well, we lost West
So,
Shroud,
yeah.
and if you go to, is it Falgard Float? Is that South Shroud? No, that's North. Wait, where
No,
are
that's
we?
North Shroud.
North Shroud.
yeah.
That whole forest burned away. Like there's just
Oh,
yes.
nothing left of that forest.
Mm.
But it's so beautiful. That's where that weird, like, Gelmoran half circle is. And
Oh,
the
yeah.
trees look nice
Mhm.
in the North Shroud.
Yeah,
Love
that's
the
true.
North Shroud.
I suspect like a large reason for the ethereal instability isn't necessarily Bahamut himself, but it's the shards of Dalamud landing everywhere.
Yeah, that
Mm.
too.
And like whatever energies were encapsulated in that, just
Yeah, because they
dispelling across
harnessed
the lands.
Yeah.
the sun.
But also
into the
remember that
Crystal Tower.
there was ethereal disturbance or instability when Dalamud descended as well. Like it drove the animals wild,
Well,
the
yeah.
teleport network broke, like everything. And Atomos appeared,
For some reason,
people-
the 13th
People got
opened up.
lost. People
Yes.
using the Ethernet at the time were lost.
Yes, they were.
Why did that happen, I wonder?
South Shroud got flooded. One of the rivers just went over its limits and just fucked everything up. That's why South Shroud looks the way it does.
Yeah.
Where you're walking, there should be water, I think, or there should have been land, but it's been wiped away. So there's just only this weird. That's why the camp in South Shroud is just up in the air. It's an interesting. South Shroud in general got really fucked compared to the other zones.
I quite
Mm.
like South Shroud
As
as well.
As I said before, it's allowed us to rediscover the Amdaporian ruins
Yes.
of the city and the keep.
True.
Yeah, I
true.
mean, I think we failed to mention Mordona.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
yes.
That had
Mordona
a few
got
issues.
got a little fucked as well. But to be fair, Mordona was already fucked. Like it was fucked from the
Not in the
Silver
same
Tier,
way.
the battle for Silver Tier Skies. But
Yeah, true.
yeah, it still got fucked.
Bannerland didn't do too badly. I think it was always a bit of a desert. Maybe it got worse.
Burning Wall, I think, is like one of the biggest.
Yeah, the
like,
Burning
I
Wall.
think
was
the
a bit
Burning
bad.
Wall was the main site.
Yeah.
Yeah, those shards didn't improve it much.
No.
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 Whoa.
Lenosha.
They might have
Thanalan.
led to the greater amount of rain in Eastern Thanalan.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Did Lenosha? What is like a big Dalamud shard in Lenosha?
Well, there's
The,
the Ancients
Pharos?
Wise, and then
Pharos,
and
whatever.
Pharos Sirius. Are
Oh,
the
yeah,
two
Pharos
main ones. And
Sirius.
of course, the flooding of West Lenosha.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Yes, of course, Halfstone and all that. Yeah. Okay, well there you go. I think we're gonna say like about a year of pretty
An
horrible
immediate,
conditions.
like hour or two of actual destruction, followed by a year or so of
Yeah.
residual change, and
Yeah.
then a period of recovery.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
a very dark metaphor, think of Bahamut like a nuclear bomb,
Yes.
and then
Hmm.
think of all the effects after that as the effects of the radiation spreading throughout the continent.
Yeah. That's a pretty good. Yeah. That's,
We just shot an old man into the nuclear bomb while it was still in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it exploded slightly above us, which causing hypothetically less damage.
Mhm.
But in reality, it would cause a lot more because they do
Yeah.
stay in the air.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Thank you, Maribel Green. Next Mogmail is coming in right now. Did I prepare it? Yes, I did. Here it is. It's from Lance Earhart from Exodus.
Oh, Lance.
Of the Amelias?
Yeah, that's right. Greetings, speakers. One thing I've been thinking about lately since Endwalker, this is kind of about the same topic, released, is what is the deal with Silvertear Lake? What's the deal with Silvertear Lake? I know it's been a vocal point in the story all the way back since 1.0, but it feels like it's gone under a lot of revisions, even since A Realm Reborn. What do you think their plans are with it now, considering Koji has said he believes the idea of something under Silvertear has been scrapped, and the new 24-man story connecting it directly to the 12.
Well, yes, that's the thing.
We-
It does seem to have been completely retconned to now be associated with, what do they call it again? The Phantom Realms?
Phantom Realm, yeah.
Oh, God.
It's weird though.
God.
It's
Don't
weird.
worry, they didn't make it up just for this.
No,
it's
but-
always been there.
What's odd though is that there was an interview with Koji Fox a couple of years ago, or was it a year ago? Time, what is it? He
A while ago now.
Yeah, he said that they were working on that he couldn't talk about what was under Silvertear because it might appear in the MSQ at some point. And I don't know if the Phantom Realm is supposed to be what's under Silvertear, because when we go in there, we're above.
Oh, yeah, we're in heaven.
No.
So, but maybe we are not done with that storyline yet. So maybe it is. Maybe we'll actually figure that out at some point. I wouldn't say it's retconned yet.
I mean, a Glire, or not a Glire, but like the naval, whatever it is. I can't remember the actual name.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
might be that could be the Seven Heavens. That's the location of the Seven Heavens, and maybe the Seven Hells are beneath it.
Maybe, but yeah, that's kind of boring if it's just the Seven Hells.
The
But
the lost.
yeah, but I mean, you know, it's just hell, though. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay,
I mean,
it's the
Maybe
Seven
they'll
Hells.
make it interesting. Like, oh, this is like super hell.
Oh,
This is-
super hell.
This is where the
Like-
dragons go when they die.
Yeah.
So, what do you want it to be?
I don't know. At this point, the story has taken such a weird, like, it has twisted itself so much away from, like, the original, like, 1.0 mythos that I don't really know anymore. I think... I don't know. I think at this point, they've sort of dug themselves... They've painted themselves in a corner with this one because they've kept... Well, I think Koji did it. It's Koji's fault, I think, that he brought it up, because this could have been silently retconned, and I don't think people would care. I would, because 1.0 players probably would, because it was a deal that Eric, the monk man, kept harping on, was that there's something underneath the Silvertear. But then we got Crystal Tower, it came out of the ground, and then I was like, okay, well, that's what was under Silvertear then. And then I was sort of satisfied with that idea in a way. And then Koji had to say that he couldn't talk about what's under Silvertear. I'm like, what do you mean? It was Crystal Tower, wasn't it? No, it wasn't.
Oh, because remember, they still had the BB at the end of
Yes.
the Crystal Tower storyline.
That's true. There was that as well. So,
It
Yeah.
could be like not Arden, obviously, but like you know
Arden?
how he's like hidden away and like chained up. He's like this ultra ancient being.
yeah.
It could be some ancient that's
I guess
been
that the first
trapped.
king's locked away for our own benefit.
Yeah.
The prime ancient.
Maybe. That would be an
It's
interesting
Thing is,
idea.
we already did that with Zodiac on the moon, and we can have another one inside the planet.
That's
This
true.
could, yeah,
That would have
yeah.
made sense to be Heidelin. We had that as a theory that that's where
Yeah.
she was,
It would have
Mhm.
made sense.
but it kind of wasn't. so.
Which she kind of is, but like
Yes, but
kind of not. She's
yeah.
in the center of the planet.
yeah. Yeah, Koji Fox listening and laughing is like cackling, like, "Oh, you idiots." Yeah, no, I don't know. I
He's
would
not
say
a cackler.
he is not a cackler. He's more
He's a
of
raucous laugher.
I think wait until the 24-man's raid story is over. I think there might still be
Yeah.
plans to like reveal what's under there. I mean, the 24-man raid storyline is quite huge. We're literally talking about the gods, and we are
Mhm.
for all. I mean, as
Yeah.
far as we know, they are the actual real deal. So
Weird, isn't it?
yeah. For now, they are the real deal. I am still waiting for them to be like, aha, we are primals, or haha,
Yeah.
we are made
Well,
from
regardless
ancients.
of whether or not they are primals or if they're ancient constructs, they're still probably the gods.
Yeah, I
Wow.
know, but I mean like a real, like the way that the Eorzeans thought they were gods. I mean that's likely not going to be the case.
Hey, I am actually evil, but still, I tricked you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
double cross.
Yeah. All right. Let's do one more Mogmail. We do have one more.
Byron
So
got him.
we'll. All right. Next Mogmail. It's from Rykiosma Ledare from Cerberus. Hello, speakers. You guys said there was no Mogmail last week, so here we go. This letter is more of a response to last week about the lack of XP events or to get more XP. But in my opinion, don't you think there's already a lot of free XP this game gives? MSQ gives a ridiculous amount of XP. Dungeons on leveling gives already a lot of XP than it used to be. At least it feels like that. Bosnia you can power level like no other. XP bonus earrings, food buffs, wondrous tales giving weekly like a level. MSQ roulette or just roulettes in general gives nearly a level. So I feel like there is no need for such events or other methods to gain XP. Even more because people already level so extremely fast. Maybe this is a result over the years that people want to just go max level faster and faster or higher level cap, but maybe the game needs a breather. It needs to slow down a bit with giving XP so fast. This also accounts for crafters, that you can level max a crafter in some hours with Ishgard nowadays and then handovers from 80 to 90. This was the end of my little rant on the XP gain. Hope you all have a good day. Thank you. You have a difficult name. Well, how would you say it? Riku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rikyosma.
Rikyosma.
Rhizoma? Oh.
Right.
Few
Yeah.
thoughts on this because
Yes. Because Mela is the one who hates leveling the most here. So go on.
I
That's so
for
fun.
like for combat classes, especially ones that I have no real interest in playing, I just want to get it over with.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like,
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to level
Yeah, but
all
he
the
wants
classes.
no,
story.
but I want the storyline
Right.
for them. I want to do the
I
job
see.
quests and stuff. I just don't care about playing the job.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, for some you can power level in boss. You like the later game stuff, fine. But like, if you want to do dungeons, you have to make sure you're on track gear wise, otherwise you're ruining it for other people.
Mm-hmm.
But conversely, the fishing expedition boat thing gives too much fishing XP, and it's ruining my desire to like level fishing, because I want it to be like a long-term goal, relaxing experience, just fishing.
Yeah.
And you go on this stupid boat and fish up fish that have no consequence because you just desynth them into sand. They're meaningless fish.
Mm-hmm.
And you get like 17 levels. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. I will say,
So it's
yeah.
hard to know where to put.
I agree with this Mogma though. Getting EXP in this game is not a problem. It is
No.
very easy. Like if you want to do it passively, you do like a couple of roulettes a day, and you're on track to like leveling within the month probably if you do it, or even before that. That's being very very laid back.
As
If
it
you're
50
doing,
to
like,
90, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're doing like 2 roulettes a day, and if you're doing like leveling an MSQ a day, you'll get from 80 to 90 in like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it really depends on where you're at with leveling. Because I think 0 to 50 or 1 to 50 is kind of like the most miserable.
Yeah,
I still
that I
think
agree.
one to 50 is the most suffering because you have access to like two roulettes, but who counts
Yeah.
guild hest?
Right.
I just
Yeah.
use squadrons for that, and it's a long, boring process.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
See,
what
that's
I
the
did
issue.
too.
Mhm.
There's no like fun. There's no like not necessarily fun, but like tolerable way of leveling
No.
between 1 and 50.
No.
I mean, aside from like MSQ going through your first time, which already carries you more than enough
Yeah.
for XP, just doing that. It's well into end Walker, I would say these days.
Mhm.
It's the alts that really suck.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
journey to 1 to 50. I mean, or not? Sorry,
Easy.
I would say like 60 to cap now.
Mhm.
That's a pretty easy breezy, beautiful time. Like
Mhm.
I have lots of stuff to do, places to go for fates, lots of different content. It's all great, fine and dandy. Sometimes I would just end up grinding fates or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like just 1 to 50 suck.
Yeah.
I hate it so
I do
much.
agree with that though. Yeah.
Like if you want to do your first dungeon, like fresh out the box, you just picked up Lancer or whatever, you gotta grind to like, was it 15 to get roulette?
Yes, 15.
So
Mhm.
it's 15,
Yeah,
something like
so
that.
that's-
As-
You
No,
need
16,
to have
'cause you need to have two things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like 16 for the roulette. And like, okay, you can do hunting logs, which is a decent amount of XP. You'll get your job quest, which is still pretty good. But that gets you to like 10, maybe like level 9. You still got
To be
another.
honest, between hunting logs and the class quests, I think you can get to 16 pretty easily. 1 to like 25, maybe even 30 is not that bad. It's specifically 30 to 50 that's
30
the
to
worst,
50 is
which makes
horrendous. Yeah.
which makes starting Astrologe and Dark Knight and Machinist really torturous in the modern game.
There is Palace of the Dead, which you can. I mean, but the thing is,
It's good XP, but it's long.
do you remember when they did the big Fate nerf all over the game? That was, I think it was a Realm. Was it a Realm Reborn or Heavensward? Where all
I think that
fates
was
were.
Heavensward.
Yeah, was it just a
'Cause that's-
down?
That's when the fate party stopped.
Yeah. Because remember, before them, you would have fate parties to do the leveling. Why? I think they should bring that back to some capacity, at least in the Realm Reborn areas, because fates in a Realm Reborn, not worth it. It's just not worth doing anymore. And that would
for the
help.
challenge log, and that's it.
Yeah. It would help to like bring the EXP level back up for at least a Realm Reborn. I understand if they don't want to do it for all zones. They don't want like Yoshi P was explicitly against when he took over after 1.0. He said, no more do you have to like run around in the overworld killing mobs to level, because to him that was like a big like horrible thing that you had to do in 1.0. He didn't want that in a Realm Reborn, and then he made this fate system, which essentially brought it back. Now people were doing like huge fate trains all over the zone. That's why they killed it, I think. But yeah,
I will say, and Nikhil might like me saying this, I actually think leaves aren't that bad
I
at 30
agree.
through 50.
Yeah, well,
Not
remember
that bad, but not good enough.
the problem
All
is
the
that
XP in this game is pushed into instance content.
If you do the 20 you need for your challenge logs, I think it's worth it. Don't go beyond that. I think that starts to get very torturous. But like, if you can suffer through 5 or even 20, depending on which challenge logs you want to hit.
But do you remember that they also had a great leave nerf as well? They did the same thing with leaves as they did with fates. The leaves used to give a lot more EXP, and then they were like, don't do leaves anymore.
No.
And then they just
No
tuned them all
more.
down.
Get out
That's
of the
just-
overworld.
Yeah.
It's just for crafters and gatherers.
Make it
you
empty.
fool.
Kill that overworld.
Remember temple leaves, where you could submit 10 tickets for a
Yes,
giant leaf,
Heavensward.
and you can't do anything in them?
Right.
Like, they
You can
didn't even.
still-
Giant leaves weren't even that good experience.
No.
Yeah,
no,
they were
no.
rubbish
No.
experience.
No.
Well, it was good if you were short on time, but bad.
That's true.
It
Yeah.
wasn't efficient use of
It was
your
it was.
leaves uses or whatever.
Yeah.
Why punish you?
It's so
You're
strange.
still wasting like 10 leaves, so just give you 10 leaves worth of XP.
I know that we've talked about leaves a lot, but goodness, they have this really potentially good system just sort of lying around. They're using it just for crafters.
yeah.
When you can actually make them good for bad like leveling.
I would put like, I don't know, How many can you get at once? Like 4 leaves at once?
I think it's 3,
3.
isn't it?
3. So let's say like 12 leaves a level,
Yeah.
or maybe 12 leaves for half a level
Uh-huh. Yeah.
for combat classes, and just
Sure.
let that way, because
And you can leave Link. Remember, that system's
Okay.
still in the
Okay.
game. It's so bizarre. It's still in there.
Yeah, 12 links for combat classes for like a level. Mela, is that what you're saying?
something like that.
Yeah.
Because you remember
can
how
get-
slowly
you get,
they
you get a level in less than 12 leaves.
Yes.
but you can't do it anymore. There are no leaves anymore for combat.
Oh, right.
Well,
You're
yeah,
talking about current.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about in current content. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bring
yeah.
it back for current content, but even in like
I
old
mean-
content, yeah.
I mean, they could still use leaves in like exploratory zones, like
Mhm.
especially with like Bosnia, the Southern Front, and Zadnor. Considering there's not like a leveling system, there's just like a ranking system. I can't remember what
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
the
ranking.
equivalent is, but like you don't even have to worry about the game sending you to fight things that are too strong for you, because there's like same level enemies in every single zone. They
Yeah.
could have just given you leaves or even hunting logs to do, and that would have like broken up the monotony of Zadnor and the Southern Front, so you're not just chasing the fates everywhere you go.
Right. Yeah.
Long
Yeah.
live the train. Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
Give us like a daily island or a daily zone where you just go in and you can get a good amount of XP for just doing some random like hunts and quests,
Mhm.
but they're daily.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to do things without other people in this game.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
How
yeah.
dare
Beast-
you?
The Beast Tribe quests for XP are good. I'm not going to say
That's
they're
true.
not,
That's true.
but you only get 3 a day.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should be able to have like a zone where you can get, 1 level a day. It's
Mhm.
not much, but it's
No.
quite a significant thing to be able to do solo and just
Mhm.
quickly
Mhm.
every day.
Yeah.
And obviously, it would take longer than doing a leveling roulette and a main scenario roulette, but it would still be
Yeah.
efficient.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say though, it's not my problem anymore. I got everything capped. except
Right.
Monk. So that's
That's
how
the
new.
same as me, Rollo. I'm
Yeah.
working on my monk as well.
Monk at like 84, and I'm like, I still can't be fucking asked. I hate playing it so much. I don't know. I don't know how to do the beast tribes with it.
Even with the changes, I'm like, that's a
Yeah.
bad class. It's
Mm.
not
A
for
monk
me.
for mains in 2022. That's cringe.
I wouldn't even say Monk is bad. When I look at it, I'm like, I don't want
No,
that.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's especially since the redo. It's much better. It's just I don't care for how it plays at all.
No.
You're offering a man dark chocolate when he hates dark chocolate, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You don't like balanced druid?
No. I just
Mm-mm.
realized I'm very off here.
Yeah, shake it.
All right. Let's thank you to everyone who sent in Mogmail. Remember, you can send in more Mogmail at speakersofv.com/Mogmail. We have to move on to our main story, which is the update to the 6.2
Update.
website. We have a lot to talk about actually about this update.
Mhm.
So let's
It's no longer just a list.
It's no longer just a list. We actually have photos. We have some more information. So let's take a look in a second if I can find it. There we go. Okay, so first off, main scenario. We have we have 3 photos. It's spoiling. So we
Oh my
have Vershawn.
Reach for whatever he's called.
Varshan.
Varshan.
There's a little text blurb. I'll just read that. 5 millennia ago, the great worm Azdaya
Asdaya.
vanished into the void, and for long years, Ritra had despaired of being reunited with his dear sister. With the encouragement of his people, however, he has found the resolve to search for her and sets forth with the warrior of light for a world engulfed in darkness. Okay, this really wants to just spoil everything. It's very annoying.
It auto goes.
Yeah, I know, and there's no way of stopping it. So, yeah, there's a picture of him, so he's going to be involved, not a surprise. This is interesting.
Black and white moment.
This is a black and white moment, technically. We talked about it, was it last week or the week before, that we wanted Sid and Nero in the MSQ?
Very specifically Nero as well, because
Yeah.
of Krusty.
Yes?
I mean,
And
we
he's
already knew
rare.
that. he is rare. We already knew they'd be involved because I mean they're
Yeah.
the ones designing the.
Yeah,
fucking-
but there is
Yeah.
Nero is confirmed
Nero
now.
definitely didn't need
Yes,
to be in
Nero's
it.
nice.
Yeah, and of course Big's in the background, and
Do you think Wedge is there too?
he probably is.
Just behind-
He's just
Yes, probably.
yeah, he's
He's
behind
either
Sid.
behind them or off to the side.
Yeah.
Either one.
And
Oh.
this is kind of surprising that we're just already facing off with the this what is it?
I know
the
you'll be
Avatar.
fighting
The
them.
Avatar.
Who knows what's going on here?
Yeah,
Could be friendly.
could be
Yeah,
friendly.
there's no indication this is in the dungeon. It kind of looks like it is from the background, but
I feel like I can kind of see like a
this is
glowing eye.
interesting because
Yeah.
I presumably this is part of the dungeon because they're not. This game's not good enough to give us like a new zone in a patch.
No.
So, because I was just thinking this would be like a whole bit of MSQ within. The
We could
void
get a
here.
limited little zone based on what we know. There's some information about the dungeon that is interesting. But yeah, wherever this is probably related to the dungeon though. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just would like to, because
Yeah.
otherwise we're never going to go to the void now, are we? For like an expansion, probably, but at least not for a while.
well,
You never
The
know.
addition-
That-
the difficulty with a void set expansion is like, where are the settlements?
yeah.
Well, exactly.
It's a world that has completely
we make
collapsed.
them.
Yeah.
But I just want an explorable zone.
we
If
colonize
it-
the void.
No. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe it'll be the adventuring zone for this expansion.
Mm.
It very
Adventure
well
foray.
could be.
I
It
don't
very well
We're
could be.
having an exploratory zone this expansion. I think
We
those
might not.
resources went into Island Sanctuary,
Yeah.
which we can talk
possibly.
about later.
Yeah.
You never know, though.
No.
You could surprise. Remember, we're getting a. We are getting a deep dungeon, aren't we? That was confirmed.
We are getting
Yes,
a
we
deep
are.
dungeon. Yeah.
So it could be part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Either way, very interesting.
we talk-
Yeah, go on.
Can we talk about that blurb? 5
Yeah.
millennia ago, that confirms that the third astral era ended 5 millennia ago. So that's a very short period of time for like the fifth, the fourth, the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth astral eras to occur. We know the sixth astral era was about 1,500 years,
Mm-hmm.
which leaves 3,500 years for the fourth and the fifth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Who
the
were
tail
the
end of the third.
major civilizations in there?
Well,
I
the
can't really remember.
the
them all
first and
off the top of my
second
head.
ones, I don't think had long. They were not very long. I think because they at least the
Or if they were long, we don't know about.
we don't know,
at all.
but based on
Yeah.
like how far they developed, the second one, I don't think they got very far. So, you know, it makes sense. Some civilizations may not have lasted for
No.
1,000 years. So I don't know.
Which
And the
one-
third
when
astral
were
era
the
could have
mod-
been very long, considering the advances the Allegan Empire made.
Right? Exactly.
I
yeah.
imagine it was. Yeah, it was quite long.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the MSQ. Now,
Oh, I almost said number go up for
I mean-
some. I'm just saying that all day. Sorry.
huge news right off the bat before we just get into the actual Island Sanctuary. This is now confirmed to be like a patch launch thing.
Ah,
This is
see,
6.2.
you guys doubted me.
We didn't
and
doubt you. We doubted them because they didn't
Yes.
put a patch number to it next to the name. But now they have. And they have also posted it on Twitter a lot that the time is nigh, which it'd be weird if it was like, no, actually,
It'd be
it's
the
not.
biggest tease if it's not actually 9.
Yeah.
I have to say, including this under the new challenges section is like scary. I
Yeah.
don't want a challenge. I want something relaxing.
No, it's a survival game
It's-
now. Like
it
we
is,
said,
yeah.
you got a hunger meter.
Yeah. And at
You
night,
gotta find
zombies and
shelter.
creepers will spawn.
Oh.
So you better be ready. Find sanctuary in an island paradise abundant with wildlife where crops may be sown and minions let to roam. What will you learn in nature's embrace, and what will you create from this newfound inspiration? Make ready to set sail, for your hideaway awaits.
Oh, hideaway. That sounds
So-
nice at least.
There is one building visible in the top right. It looks like a fishing build, like hut or whatever.
Little banana shack.
Mhm.
Yeah, or a banana shack, if you
Does
will.
look like a banana shack.
Yeah.
I think something that's possibly telling is the flora it's very Lenotion in style.
Oh yeah,
So
for 100%.
People were
in
saying it's in a seal,
Yeah.
whatever they're called, seal DS or whatever.
CL delays.
Yeah,
The CL deletes. I'm pretty sure it's probably that.
Yeah.
Or thereabouts. It's very Lenotion.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
it
either
is.
CL delays or could it be this? Maybe, if very possibly, could be the Southern Isles where
Yeah,
all those llamas live.
Could also be.
That's
yeah.
also true.
Yeah.
Maybe we can harvest them.
It is definitely in that region though, based on the
Or you
flora.
can plant them.
Yeah.
But remember that there's no Rogadin for scale on that beach, unfortunately. But you can kind of get a good idea.
No, this flora doesn't really match what we've seen of the coastlines and islands of the Far East.
No, it's definitely not the Far East.
It's
no.
It has,
or even
look at
Thavnir.
Brayflocks.
Yeah. This is 100% in the like
It's
Lenosha
Lenotion.
region. Yeah.
We have become Final Fantasy botanical
Botanists.
experts. Yeah.
Yes.
So show some respect.
Yeah.
We're good at botany and lamps.
We're all level 90 botanists.
That's
so
right.
don't
Yeah.
question us
Yeah.
on this.
That's right.
I no plant when I see.
Also, you have to remember that they probably want Island Sanctuary to be available to everyone at an early
Well,
point
also
in the
true,
game,
yeah.
so it
That
has
is
to
true,
be.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, but I don't know. There's not. I mean, I'm very excited.
Info.
I'm a little
I just
surprised.
need to know. I still need to know the gameplay loop.
We're gonna know next Friday.
It's a week away, Mela.
It
I'm
is.
very excited.
We know
You're
that there's
gonna
going to be a live demo on Friday, so that's very exciting.
Mela, I know you're gonna be so disappointed. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
You're gonna hate it.
Because Mela's
I
going
don't like
to
Rolo
build.
saying this because he already correctly predicted that this would be 6.2.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't want him saying negative things now.
I'm using my future sight right now. My third eye is opening.
I think
and Mela's
Rolo's
just gonna throw a fit.
I think Rolo's right. Mela's going to throw a fit because Mela's going to have
I
way
don't
too high expectations for this.
I
Never
I do
forget
agree.
what
I
this
think
game
Mela
is.
is the most likely to be disappointed.
Yeah.
I think it's probably going to be set plots of land,
Mhm.
and you can choose what buildings go there.
Yes. Well, you
And
might
those
not
buildings
even.
will have functions,
I'm also.
kind of like garrisons in one.
I'm going to be even worse. I'm going to say that there's going to be set plots of land with set buildings you can build. You
That is
cannot choose.
potential. Yeah, that is a potential.
Yeah.
Maybe you can change the style of them.
Maybe you can change the style. But
Worst case is not being able to choose where you want your granary to be
right.
and where you
God, I hate
harvest your
that.
cows.
I think it's
Yeah.
literally just all presets that you will eventually reach a point where you have filled all the
It's-
slots and you have.
It's going to be like the Dome and Enclave in terms of it's empty for you, and then for someone else it'll be filled.
People are going to hate this. Or
Well, the idea is that
destroying
I
their
think-
dream.
We technically all have our own islands, but we can visit other people's
Mm-hmm.
islands, so everyone will see the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How odd though, if all the islands kind of look the same, like they're all. Oh, I see.
I mean, that's exactly the way the housing districts work with
Yeah,
their
I know.
subdivisions.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I want to know what's outside of the building has though, because some people have predicted you go out to tame roaming minions, or you go out to explore and uncover.
Well, they made
Relics or
specific.
something, or
They
what?
made specific mention of or separation between minion and monsters. So you're not actually taming minions. You're actually taming overworld monsters. It sounds like. So
Very exciting.
that is exciting.
What
Well,
if to explain
theory.
the existence of multiple similar-looking islands, that when the Sundering happened, this place was particularly hit hard, and there's hundreds of
Yeah.
pocket shards of just this island.
yeah, yeah,
This
10
place is
billion
just-
reflections.
yeah.
This place is just particularly sundered. It's all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, remember there are going to be shiny monsters as well, so that's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
exciting that you can
I'm
get.
hoping it's going
Yes.
to be a mixture between my two favorite genres, Pokemon genre and Harvestella.
Yeah, yeah.
This place was sundered 14 times to the power of 14.
Right there you go. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Mm. Okay, well there you go. That's Island Sanctuary. Temper your expectations though, because it is still
Oh,
14.
absolutely.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
the fell court of Deanna Troya.
Mm.
Oh yeah, you guys like Lickitung?
Yeah. This
Lickitung does not
is an
look this
enemy.
horrible.
This is an enemy from 4. But
It's
Mm.
horrible.
So this is a Ford-themed dungeon, as most things are probably going to be if going forward. Having uncovered the Void Gate in the Undersea Treasure Vault, you now seek to use it to travel to the 13th. Beyond the emptiness of the rift awaits a shadowed castle swarming with void scent, and you steel yourselves for a hostile reception. So
This is going to have the best cutscene to start with.
So we are traveling to the void, but this seems to be like on our way to the void, right? This is like on our way through the rift.
We're in the void.
Yeah, we're in the void, but we're on our way because Mela
Yeah.
is, of course, saying this is all we're ever going to see of the void. It is
we've seen
the void
two
is a
things of the
dungeon
void
now.
We've seen
Yeah.
2 things of the void. One's
Yeah.
a 24-man, and this is a
Yeah.
4-man.
Had that very brief cutscene where they showed us. Remember when they were explaining how like void scent end up in our world? And we
Yes.
saw that
Yeah.
gargoyle collapse.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
saw
yeah.
that very generic continent,
Yes,
or,
that's
like
true.
land mass as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
But the
it's,
thing is, the void is the second most developed shard
Mhm.
because it's been in the game since the beginning. It's like, it's been around forever.
What
The
do you mean
first-
developed?
I would
the
argue that
fir-
it is the third most developed shard at this point.
Well, okay, maybe developed isn't the word, but it's like,
That's the second
Prevalent.
most history.
it's big lore.
Oh yeah.
All the other ones, unknown.
Mhm.
The first, obviously, we know, and this one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It has existed.
So I don't want it to be relegated to just instance content, I don't know.
This doesn't lock it in because
No, it
again,
doesn't. It
it's just a castle.
It's just a castle in the sky.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So we
But
we
it
have.
looks very cool.
It looks really cool. And
I like that the bridge over there is conveniently
Hmm.
zigzaggy.
Yeah.
yes.
We're yet to see like the land, like the
Mhm.
planet itself of the void.
Mhm.
Everything
know.
we've done is floating in the air.
Yeah.
So exciting. I wonder how messed up it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can infer it's actually a gas giant, and these are floating.
Ah. yes. Yes. Yes.
Wouldn't that be cool?
It should be similar to Jupiter. All of the land is just floating.
Uh huh. Yeah. This is the only picture from the inside. This horrible head creature.
Yeah. They don't even look you in the eye.
No, they don't.
Not when they tongue you. That's so disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Look me in the eyes when you tongue me.
Yeah. I hate that they're like arm tendril things are so veiny.
Yeah. Really disgusting.
I don't like that there's like 7 of them in this picture.
Mm.
No. It,
Oh.
it kind of looks a little boss arena with a circle.
It
background.
does.
I'm pretty sure it's an ad sphere.
Yeah.
Do you think the gear here is from this dungeon? It looks like the
Yeah, it
the
probably is.
Hero's Gauntlet, not Hero's Gauntlet, Paglefan, I think.
Oh yeah.
Almost.
At
least the tank one.
recolor of it.
It looks
The
like a
tank one-
recolor.
Paglefan gear is the Paglefan gear is a lot more naked than this.
Maybe they added clothes to it. New feature.
Well,
It
they're
looks-
possible.
It looks
They
familiar,
might
but
have
I
used
can't.
it as a base.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's all we know about the dungeon. Containment Bay
What's
S1. Sorry, go
What's
on.
the? You didn't read the dialogue for or the
Yeah, he did.
I did.
paragraph. Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I opened with
Oh
that.
yes.
A containment bay.
I thought you. I must have thought you were coming up with that off the top of your head.
Oh, right. Me and my
Sephiroth.
pristine memory. Containment Bay S1T7 Unreal. This is Sephiroth. In the name of satisfying the
Beautiful.
foe commander's craving for harrowing tales, you hearken back to your fateful encounter with the dread icon Sephiroth, first pillar of the warring triad. The memory still looms as large in your mind as did the great fiend stirred from dreams of vengeance.
Oh,
Yep.
finally.
Not much to say about that, but there it is. It's coming.
Layla's favorite extreme. at
Yes.
long last.
Yes. Finally.
Relevant.
See how
once
much
more.
I can remember.
Remember also that they've done some extra
I
nerfs to
understand.
him.
Yeah, they've
apparently,
nerfed him,
but yeah,
But the mechanics will still.
he
be
should
the
still be Unreal difficulty though. So yeah, some revisions to main scenario. So
same. Yeah, this shook me seeing that picture before reading it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, dragon. But no.
the duty support system has been expanded to include 5 additional dungeons from A Realm Reborn and Heavensward, some of which feature
Wow.
key characters from the story. Certain trials have also been revamped for smoother adventuring experience. The duties newly added to the duty support system are as follows. Snowcloak, the Keeper of the
saw
Lake,
it.
Somal, the Airy, and the Vault. Further updates will be progressively implemented in future patches.
Even mentioning Snowcloak's bad for me.
Yeah, it is. It's not great.
It puts me to sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really. Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad they're keeping this up at a very fast pace.
Yes.
Because that's like all of Heavenswood,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much.
Well, I think the only ones that will have like unique characters will probably be Somal, the Airy, and the Vault.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the rest of the Realm Reborn ones will probably just have our friendly Grand Company
Mm.
members or
Mhm.
similar.
Yeah.
They might have some fun dialogue, so make sure to go back and do that,
Mhm.
fellas.
Well, we can
Mhm.
see who's participating in this one, at least. It's Alpha
In this one, yeah.
Mhm.
Stinian, and Yazael.
Yep.
I suspect Azael will be an all-around. Alphino can switch between healer and DPS, and then Estinian will just be DPS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's enough to cover all the roles that you might want to play.
Yes.
How exciting.
The
Yeah.
question is, who will you have in the vault?
Oh,
I-
yeah.
I mean, it
God, I
makes
would
sense
love it
to
if-
have him.
If Horsefont was in there,
It makes
that
sense
would make it
because he was
way
part of
more
the group.
impactful at the end as
It
well.
would make it really good.
Yeah.
To be honest,
I think
I'd feel a little bit like almost jealous of that.
Yeah.
Of that
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. I think you would get. They'll probably pick Horsefont, Emmerich. I can't remember where Estinian is at this point in the story.
Estinian is
Me
there.
neither. I can't remember.
Oh, I
He
don't
might be-
remember.
Azael's definitely not there.
No.
No. Well, lady. Just say lady. The lady knight. You know, I always forget her
Oh,
name.
Lucia.
Lucia's
Lucia,
there.
yeah. She could be
Uh,
involved.
See,
She could be a tank.
The issue, like, we don't. Other than, I guess Alphino is there, but like, I feel like the Temple Knights are bereft of healers.
That's true. That is true.
We could get just one of the nice house knights that we companion with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What? One of
Hilda
the-
doesn't enter the
Hilda's
story
not a
until
friend.
after the
Oh.
vault, doesn't she?
She's not even really. She's not really a friend at that point anyway. She's not.
No.
No. To be honest, the area would be interesting as well because Estinian has his role in the boss fight unless they completely rework that.
Oh, that'd be. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't make unless they
Yep.
can have a unique cutscene where he runs forward.
I think they should just keep it as I want there to be two Estinians. Never
I don't think
acknowledge
they're
it.
going to do. I
just
don't think they're going to do that, Rolla.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay, I guess Hilda would work
Yeah,
according to
cool.
chat. So, Hilda, I
Okay.
guess
Hilda might have
Again,
been now. I
not
just
a
don't
healer.
think she would.
she's not a healer. That's true.
I just don't think she was really like on our side there at that point. From memory.
I don't remember. It's so
They could
long.
rework the story.
Well, I
Yeah.
suppose, yeah.
I think it's a very minor thing that they would have to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she says. I mean, it's been many years.
I mean,
since I've
remember
played
the
those.
vault is like almost at the end of the story for
Well, true.
Heavensward. So, okay. Well, there you go. That's the patch. Now next week, this same time next week, we will actually have the live letter will have happened. We will have had the last sort of dump of information before the release. So it's going to be a big show. Also, I have a feeling I'm going to be very tired for that episode because we're going to go have a long flight stream and then a podcast afterwards, which thankfully, though, that's all happening on Friday. Thankfully, we're not going to go flight stream into podcast because that would have been death.
would've been good.
that we will
No,
not
no.
do.
No, Lakil, what we should do is we'll fly from Europe to America
Mm.
and then fly all the way to Australia because that'll definitely get us.
Yeah, that'll get us.
I mean, we could do this with just the plane in the background. Like, you could change the background. to just be
Oh,
the
you'll just have a
cockpit view.
little view in the corner. Okay, well, that's it, everyone. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Remember to catch the live letter coverage on Friday. We'll see you next time, whenever. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersOfHighland, YouTube.com/SpeakersXIV, exclamation Discord and chat if you want to. Why did I speak so fast?
Oh, rap god.
Jesus Christ, I spoke so fast I couldn't slow down. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXLV, twitch.tv/SpeakersOfIdolin, youtube.com/SpeakersXLV, ! Discord in chat if you want to join our Discord server. If you're watching on demand, links in the description. If you're watching live, remember to watch the poster that's coming up and send us, did I say Mogmail? Send us Mogmail, SpeakersXLV.com/Mogmail. We're going into the poster now, so we'll see you there. Goodbye.
Bye.
What is that?